The secret World War II mind control tactics still used on you today. They called it psychological warfare, but it wasn't just about propaganda posters or radio broadcasts. It was a full-scale invasion of the human mind. While bombs fell from the sky, another invisible war was raging, one that didn't end in 1945. What's wild is that the same mental tricks used to rally armies and silence nations during World War II are still shaping our thoughts, our fears, and even our choices today. You might think you're immune to manipulation, but that's exactly what the architects of this hidden war wanted you to believe. The birth of invisible warfare. By the time tanks rolled across Europe, another front was already open, one inside the human psyche. Both Allied and Axis powers realized that victory wasn't just about who had the biggest guns. It was about who could control belief, emotion, and perception. From fake broadcasts to staged rumors, every message, every photo, every news update had a purpose: to make people feel something that guided their behavior. In London, secret teams worked behind closed doors crafting strategic deception campaigns. In Germany, Joseph Goebbels mastered the dark art of emotional manipulation, understanding that people don't respond to facts, they respond to feelings. The battlefield wasn't only in France or Poland, it was inside the heads of millions of ordinary citizens. And here's the unsettling truth. Many of those psychological tactics evolved, not disappeared. They simply went digital. Propaganda didn't die. It just got Wi-Fi. During World War II, entire divisions specialized in propaganda. Leaflets dropped from planes convinced soldiers to surrender. Radio stations broadcast fake victories to crush morale. Today, those same mechanisms play out through glowing screens. Algorithms, headlines, and viral trends are the new leaflets, engineered to steer opinions, emotions, and even elections. Back then, the goal was to make you believe the enemy was collapsing or that your nation was invincible. Today, it's to make you outraged, divided, addicted, and distracted. The delivery system changed, but the blueprint stayed the same. Repeat a message often enough, surround it with emotion, and people will defend it as truth. That's not a theory, it's a tested military principle. The British political warfare executive and America's Office of Strategic Services both proved that repetition and emotional framing could change entire populations. Sound familiar? That's the DNA of modern social media and marketing psychology, the masterstroke of fear. World War II strategists discovered something terrifyingly effective. Fear is the fastest route to control. When people are afraid, they stop thinking critically. They look for authority, for comfort, for someone who promises safety. Governments use this to unify populations. Fear of invasion, fear of spies, fear of losing the war. It kept people obedient and focused. Today, fear is still the most marketable emotion on earth. Scroll through your feed. Every headline screams panic. Every post warns you of danger because the system knows. Fear holds your attention longer than hope ever will. The tactics that once mobilized entire nations now keep us glued to screens, clicking, arguing, and consuming. During the war, this was weaponized to control enemy morale. Now it's weaponized to control consumer behavior. That's not evolution. It's the same playbook in a new uniform. The illusion of choice. Here's the cruelest trick of all. In the 1940s, Allied intelligence ran operations that made the enemy think they were acting on their own will. They'd leak false intel, stage accidental radio transmissions, and let the opposition believe they'd discovered a secret. It was a psychological masterpiece. The enemy felt empowered while being guided every step of the way. Fast forward to today. You think you're choosing what to buy, what to watch, or what to believe. But behind every recommended for you or trending topic, there's a hidden structure nudging you toward a specific reaction. Your autonomy is an illusion, built by invisible algorithms that know what triggers your loyalty and what fuels your outrage. That's not far from what the Office of Strategic Services perfected in 1944. They called it guided autonomy. These days, Silicon Valley calls it engagement. The science of belonging. You know, one of the most powerful tools in the World War II psychological arsenal was the manipulation of belonging. The military knew that humans crave identity, unity, and purpose. Propaganda wasn't just about the enemy, it was about us. We're the good guys, we're defending freedom, we're in this together. It gave people meaning amid chaos. Modern culture still runs on that same fuel. Political movements, online communities, fandoms, even brand loyalty. They all tap into the same psychological need the war machine exploited. People will fight for an idea not because it's logical, but because it makes them feel like they belong to something bigger. Back then, it built armies. Today, it builds echo chambers. Lessons from the Hidden War. Understanding this forgotten front of World War II isn't just about history. It's about survival in the modern world. Because, make no mistake, the psychological battlefield never closed. It just shifted from trenches to timelines, from posters to pixels. The takeaway isn't paranoia. It's awareness. The soldiers of World War II had to learn to identify propaganda in real time. They developed what intelligence officers called mental armor, the ability to question, to verify, to pause before reacting. That same skill is our greatest defense today. Every time you scroll, share, or click, you're in the modern version of that invisible war. Recognize the pattern. Emotional manipulation, manufactured division, illusion of choice. They're not coincidences, they're continuations. Why it still matters. If you've ever wondered why entire populations can turn on each other over narratives, or why misinformation spreads faster than truth, look back to the experiments of World War II. Governments proved that humans are programmable when exposed to repeated emotional triggers, and the world never forgot that lesson. That's why understanding this hidden war matters now more than ever. Because you know, the only thing more dangerous than an old weapon is one you don't realize is still being used. Final thought. The forgotten psychological warfare of World War II didn't just win battles, it designed the modern world. Every headline that provokes anger, every algorithm that fuels outrage, every ad that plays on insecurity, they're echoes of those early experiments in mass persuasion. The uniforms changed, the technology advanced, but the mission stayed the same. Control the narrative, and you control the people. So, next time you feel that emotional pull, the rush to agree, the urge to react, pause for a moment. That's the ancient echo of a war that never truly ended, and if you can recognize it, you've already taken your first step off the battlefield. Stay sharp, stay curious, and if you found value in this deep dive into the hidden front lines of history, hit that subscribe button and share this video with someone who needs to hear it. Because the best weapon against manipulation is awareness. This is Wisdom from the Frontlines, where history's forgotten tactics meet modern truth.